welcome to my survival world. My name is LDSMOSYT, and if you're watching me for the first time, well, welcome. I'm very happy you're here. I've decided to revisit an old world, so that's what this survival world is. Basically, if you missed my last video, I ended up losing this world due to a data transfer issue, and so I took a break from it for a while. But with that, having lost all that progress, I decided to not make it such a burden to start. I decided to not really try to rebuild what I had lost. I decided to go in a whole new direction, and so that's what you're going to be seeing today. This is my survival world, rebooted. And so, without any further ado, let's get right into it. One of the earliest things that I built in this survival world was my portal area. It, to this day, remains one of my favorite views in Minecraft City, and I'm super proud of how it turned out. But as such, I decided that I wanted to clean up some of the surrounding area as one of my first acts in this newly rebooted world. And you're going to see this become a theme in this video. It's going to be less about creating brand new things and kind of revamping what ideas I had already had. So I'm going to be showing a bunch of before and afters towards the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. But anyway, what kind of update video would it be if I didn't introduce at least one big change? I am very, very proud to present my resin farm. So this farm took a while to build. I probably put in 10 hours, 12 hours-ish into the structure and the farm itself. When I originally made this world, I did in fact have a resin farm that I built when the update came out. But that said, I obviously lost that. So this resin farm is kind of a little bit of a nod to the resin farm I had before the world got deleted. I have always found creakings to be sort of alienish, and so I decided to, in the original iteration, make a little UFO that was abducting some cows in a field that was right over here. That resin farm was tiny. It was a single creaking heart meant to just give me a little bit of resin. And it was good, but it really was never good enough, I guess, for what I wanted resin for. So I decided to try to custom make a resin farm. I've never built it, and to be perfectly honest, I've never looked up a tutorial on how to build one. I've only looked at, I guess, some examples of resin farms, like on the Hermitcraft series, and I guess wherever they show up in content creation, but the reality is I've never actually figured out how to build one until now. I didn't go into creative plan this or anything. I just kind of built what I had seen before and what I could imagine the concept to be. I did look up some, spawning mechanics for the creakings and whatever, and ultimately came up with this design. So this is all redstone by LD, and I am very, very proud of how it turned out, because where I actually attack the creakings is down here in the center. And here, let me give a demonstration. I think it's just the most fantastic farm ever, and I am so incredibly proud of how this turned out. So if I go over here and I swing with my sword, look at that! Isn't that incredible? The particles are just so perfect. I love it so much. And yeah, but anyway, I guess. Oh, and then here's where all the legends are done. I haven't created it. I was just so ecstatic about how everything else turned out that I kind of forgot. I kind of forgot. But yeah, see, it's custom design and no tutorials. no creative, just going up there, building it in survival, boom, and it just worked. Despite how much work actually went into this giant UFO, which, by the way, I didn't even, not even for the structure did I use creative. I just eyeballed it all, and I'm very happy with the shape. Yeah, I don't know. I've never tried building a hexagon, but it was fairly straightforward. Anyway, I would say, despite that thing being over, the most work that I've done since the last video has actually been in the terrain here, but in general throughout my city. So this used to not be flat. It used to like slope up to here. I've kind of just, I guess, fixed it. You'll see in the before and after. I'm very happy with this. A lot happier than I was with the Sunday terrain. It just did better. Oh. You didn't see that. I've basically been prepping the land for what's to come next. I'm planning on making this like cliff rather than being as straight as here. But for me, working on a cube like this is a lot like sculpting. You take a big chunk of marble or granite or whatever else you are, and you just chisel it down into the shape you want, rather than starting with something that vaguely represents. Anyway, this is a spoiler for what's coming next. I'm going to be doing a separate enclosure. It's going to be kind of based on like a research facility slash, I guess, like a museum kind of with living fossils. That's kind of the idea here. I love my storage room. I have loved my storage room since I built it, but I've made it even nicer now. So first of all, I added firefly bushes underneath, so now you have extra particles. But also, I added these little trees in the center, and I think it just adds so much. You know, I usually keep this free of like shulker boxes and whatever. These are my storage boxes, so I just kind of pop them there. Anyway, this is my storage system, and I love it. Oh yeah, my launch pads. This is how I avoid. This is how I avoid using too many rockets. So yeah, these are good. I love the type launch pad. Looking over here, another picture which is box. Trees, or I guess it's sense. Trees and children. So I suppose I should explain what this is. It's definitely an ethical farm. Basically, what's I think that speaks for itself. So the idea behind this is it's going to be one of the most ethical farms that I have ever designed. So this is going to be connected to a dispenser that's going to create a whole bunch of chickens, and once per day, those chickens are going to be, once per day, those chickens are going to be, well, let's just say they're going to be after being splashed with a potion of oozing. And I think you can see where I'm going with this. I'm cooking. I'm definitely cooking. Or the chickens. You know, now that we're in the Copper Age and not just the tricky trials, I want to update the lighting by not just throwing in these copper bulbs, but by throwing in these babies. I love copper lanterns. They're so cool. And so, while I do that, let me show you those before and afters that I promised you. Also, one quick story. This is accident. He is a chicken. He is my son. He was an accident. While I was trying to build the farm over here, I had a bunch of extra eggs in my inventory, so I just recklessly threw the eggs, and, well, yeah. I couldn't just, like, leave him, so, yep, here he is. He just thinks here. Like they do. And so that tale marks the end of the episode. I sincerely hope you guys enjoyed. I mean, I make all these videos, and I love it. I love building, and I love creating all these things on my world. But I hope other people enjoy them too. And so if you did, I would sincerely appreciate it if you dropped a like, maybe even subscribe, because I am going to continue to be making this content. And if you want to follow along for more, well, perfect way to join in. So with that, I bid you all adieu. Thanks for watching, and have a good one. Bye.